All right, welcome to the coffee break. This is the episode number 98. We're getting very close to 100. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for attending this part. I see three of you. Thank you for joining again. Any so it's very as usual, this is very open space. Any questions or topics that you have, feel free to open your camera and microphone and ask, or just share what projects that you are working with, any interesting thing going on. I know we have lots of new stuff from Autodesk, so always good news on our side. Maybe hearing from you first. Oh, people are getting very quiet. Okay. All right. So what do we have that I like to share with you? So there is the AC data model is now GA. Yay. How can I do the celebration thing? Forgetting how to do that. So the AC data model went live this week. It was in beta for a few months. We sorted out a few things during the beta. Thank you all for the feedback. And now it's GA, meaning that it's getting more stable, and you can use it. There are lots of samples. We did already the bootcamp training on the data model. I think it was a month, 2 months ago. Joan was involved, right? And we also have now that the API is GA, you can enable that on any project in ACC. You don't have to be part of the beta or anything like that. So, João, how can I enable that on my project? Do you know?
Yeah, good point. Thank you for sharing that, Augusto. And there is a comment both in the blog and in the onboarding page for the documentation. Uh, if you go to onboarding, please. Also,
On the
there's also
docs?
in the blog, yeah, from docs,
Mhm.
AEC Data Model API. It is in the first one, yeah, okay. Developer's guide, onboarding.
Okay.
Okay, and there you have the step-by-step. I would just like to point to the first phrase. If you go to the first phrase, yeah, the access to this functionality is being rolled out. So in the next few days, if you don't see this option in your ACC hub, you should see in the next few days. But it is already there if we're part of the beta or for a subset of our customers, right?
Oh, so when you enable that, all your models will be there. What happens then?
What happens is that as soon as you enable, your hub starts extracting data to AEC data model. Is there a different translation? Just like we are used with model derivative API, but this time it will extract the data in a graphs-like structure. So this structure, as soon as the data is extracted, it is going to be available to be queried using the AEC data model API. When you click the switch, when you click active button, it is not going to work for your past versions. But from now on, each new version that you upload, if it is a Rabbit version from 2024 or 2025 version, then it's going to generate a new element group.
Okay.
Then in
So
this element group, this data can be extracted. Go
so
on.
new models or new versions uploaded after you activate, and
Yeah, exactly.
2024 and newer.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, is there a way to enable for old models or previously uploaded models?
You need to republish. There's no
Oh,
way
okay.
for that.
Republish. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably being roll out because these to enable your data model, you have to post process some of those files. So it may take a moment. So yeah, we're probably scaling up how many we can do at the same time. So should be there from
Yeah,
shortly.
that's exactly the thing.
Oh, We had a training a few weeks back, right? Any other training coming up?
Yeah, good one. There is a training on July 16 and July 17. Let me share with you the link. Yeah, if you go to events, you can see this
Okay.
training. And this training will be focused on data models. So we have Adam presenting one of the data models
Oh,
tutorial
okay.
for
Data models.
manufacturing. And yeah, me and Peter will be presenting the one for the AC data model API.
Cool. Yeah, two dates, two time zones as well, Pacific,
Yeah,
Americas and Europe.
yeah, exactly. Two time
Okay,
zones.
cool. Yeah, typically we have people from here in the coffee break. It's mostly from US, but there's always someone from Europe as well.
I see there
Uh,
is a question
oh yeah,
regarding
let's
AC.
see.
Uh, with this, we can get part properties, but can we use it for geometry data, for example, to create partial dynamic views of the model? We don't have support for geometries in the AC data model yet, Antonio. This is in our roadmap. We will support that soon. And regarding your example to create partial dynamic views of the model, can you specify a bit more? Maybe it's achievable with data exchange. That's where you interest. Data exchange works on top of viewables, on top of views generated from Revit design. So maybe it is more suitable for your case.
So yeah, and right now we are just checking with the team because basically we have, especially we are looking for clients that use Revit for electrical installations, and they have a lot of parts, and sometimes we have some issues with the viewer when we are trying to work on a small subset of parts of that model. So part of the team wants to see the possibility or how we can just get certain geometry information from the model so we can load just a few parts dynamically depending on what the client is doing in our system with the viewer when they are working with the model, basically.
Okay, and you want that from viewer, right? If I understood correctly. Or do you want to extract to another platform, another software?
So yeah, we have a web uh, a web page, a server where the clients publish the model and they work from there with the model. So basically, give me a second. Maybe I can share with you real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally we do use the viewer to work with the models, but we have some custom plugins to work with it. So for example, we have custom filters depending on some stuff about the clients and all of that. But sometimes we are working with really big models and we are just working with a small subset. For example, when we are working with packages, it might be just a small subset of the model, but we need to still load the full model into the viewer and then work with it. So that can cause a few issues. Yeah, when we have lots of parts there.
Got your point. I believe Michael is here. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, but you can use selective loading for viewer. It's not going to bring, as far as I know, it's not going to bring only the IDs that you specify, the elements that you specify, data, the properties from the elements you specify. But yeah, that should optimize once we enable for once we have geometries available or any connection with viewer available from a data model, then yeah, you can put all of those together. extract the metadata from AC data model and connect that with viewer. But as of now, yeah, maybe the selective loading will be the best approach for that.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the one. I think that's the one, right?
Yeah, that one.
okay,
So
can you send the link on the chat,
yeah,
please?
yeah, of course. So it allows you to filter based on metadata or a spatial filter what you want to load.
Okay, sure, we can take a look at that. Seems interesting. Thanks a
I
lot.
see. Yeah, thanks for the question. So when you load just part of the model, do you know in advance, meaning before loading, do you know how much you want to load, or are you hiding and showing based on user selection?
It's based on user selection and several custom dynamic filters that we have. So yeah, it can get really complex and real fast.
Okay, because I think this one here, you're not loading the full model, you're just loading parts of it. I'm not sure if you can keep loading more and more data. So if you need to keep loading more and more, you probably have to get all of it and then hide the pieces that you don't want.
Yes,
You
that's
probably don't.
how we are doing right now. We just hide the parts we don't want.
Yeah, but here is a bit more effective in a way that you can, you can filter what you want, but then we just load the elements that match that criteria.
Great. I will take back this to the team. Let you know.
Cool.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, so now that you're having more and more data APIs, you can always combine those, right? So you can use the AC data model to, for instance, to filter out what you're looking for and do queries and queries to understand what you want. And then once you say, okay, now this is what I want, this is what I need, then you use the selective loading to just load those pieces. João mentioned the data exchange. I think data exchange is a bit more heavy lifting because you have to pre-create a view with just a subset. So data exchange is really about sharing the model with confidence. Then you know that whoever is accessing that model will only see that small subset, right? Here, what we're talking is a bit more of a customization then, which is slightly different. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Good question. All right. What else? Yeah, tandem, the selective filter as well. I think we have a sample there, right, Michael? Or can you speak or no? Oh, okay. It's not.
Yeah, sorry, my audio is probably not very clear. Yeah, so the runtime filtering. So to be able to load a small subsection of a model, let's just say you wanted to load a room of geometry, or maybe an elbow of geometry, and that would load really fast initially with selective loading on the client side. But then the problem is you wanted to now select a different filter that says, show me the entire building. With the current selective loading on the client side, it doesn't let you do that. You can't undo and see the entire building. Whereas the Tandem has that feature. It has this ability to filter on arbitrary models and go back to and see the entire model even after you've filtered initially from a small piece of geometry. So they had this concept of bookmark views, and that's how that's the tech that has not landed in client side selective loading. So yeah, Tandem can do it. Current viewer doesn't really do it. You have to load the entire model right now and then filter that way. So yeah, not great. The important thing is on the roadmap for viewer, so you'll start to see the what's called it's server-side selective filtering, or it's a new property DB system that will be coming early next year, with a big asterisk. I can't say exactly when. but yeah, that's on the roadmap. They were presenting that at the DevCon conference.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, teams are busy with lots of things. So yeah. So summarizing that, the AC data model is now in production. You can enable on any of your accounts, on your ACC accounts. Always start with a trial or a developer account on ACC. Do not test stuff in production, of course. And yeah, get ready. The manufacturing data model is already there for a while. So this is the second one. And hopefully soon we'll also have M&E. So the industry clouds are getting better and more concrete now. So good news for all of us.
Augusto, there was a delay yesterday for the release of this, and it was to do with the admin feature. So going to the settings admin panel and to be able to enable this feature. Is that still Is that still a whitelisted feature, or is it now generally available?
It is being rolled out granularly. So for customers that were part of the beta, it is already there by default. And we are increasing the number of accounts with this option. In the next few days, it should be available for everyone, but it's not like that from 0 to 100%. So it might take a few days to enable that if you don't see that in your hub. We'll be updating through the documentation and in the blog share it. But as of now, we don't guarantee that it is there for 100%.
Cool. Is there someone that people could contact if they wanted to have it rolled out on their account sooner, like this week?
Yeah, if you have if you are going to work on the next accelerator or anything like that, just reach us through our user support, and we can reach the engineering team. If you scroll down, Augusto, to the end of this page, yeah, this get help and reach out to us and reply that you need your account activated. So we can work on that with the internal engineering team.
I missed the first part, and I was wondering, do we activate it differently from what it was in the beta? Previously we just added an application. Do we need to do something different now?
Yeah, during beta phase, you needed to join the beta and specify your hub ID. So from there, we were going to allow list your hub, and then you will be able to access. For if you are still using the same hub, it is already activated because we released this new button with the active set to true. Right now, because since this is generally available, there's no need for join any beta. So this should be available. This button that Augusto is sharing should be available on most of the ACC hubs. If it is not, it will be enabled for your hub in the next few days. If it is there, you can click on active. So, but this is the new process. You just go over account administration settings and set to active. Don't need to reach out to us if the button is there.
And the models that were parsed are now, I need them to be published again or uploaded again, something along these lines, right?
Yeah, it starts extracting after you activate your hub. So previous models are not going to be reprocessed. So if you want a new version, a specific item, you need to publish a new version after you ensure that your account is active for a data model. And as soon as you publish, it is going to go through another translation to extract the data from your design and put it in the graph-like structure to be queried using AC Data Model API.
Okay, thank you. That explains a lot.
Yeah. So summarizing, newly uploaded models 2024 or newer. Yeah, so you have to either re-upload or republish. Cool. Okay, a lot on this. What else? Any other questions? Just want to share something quick, but also equally important. We have a deprecation policy on the design automation engines, and Revit 2019 will be removed on September 15. So, and that will keep happening every year, right? As we release newer version and we deprecate and eventually remove older versions. So we are now on 2025 and it's time to remove 2019. So that will keep happening as we go. There is an endpoint to get the engines, and if you go to the engine life cycle policy right there, you should be able to see when it was originally released, deprecation and removal. So deprecation means we're not going to do any improvements, only security patches, and removal it's removing from the list. So you see that there is a long list here. So keep that in mind. And I know that it's not unusual for you to have an automation process that is running on the background and you just forget about it, or you need an old version because of your customers. So it's time to it's always time to keep moving them to the newer versions. So yeah, keep that in mind. So 2019, it's going away soon. 2019. It's supposed to be away already, but no, a few extra days, extra months. Getting there. Any questions on this one? I know Luis uses a lot of design automation, so is that okay? All right. Any other questions or topics? Maybe I would have Adam explain one of the blogs he did. Are you still there, Adam?
Yeah. Which
You
blog
did
post?
this one, right?
Yeah, it's an update on what Michael wrote long ago. But in the meantime, we introduced the AC model data. Don't confuse it with AC data model, which is the new API. No, AC model data is some extra data you can get for AC models inside the viewer. Yeah, you can click on the link as well. It will take you to some other.
So this is doing a filtering based on the geometry. Is that right?
We're doing the explode
the
based
demo?
on.
Is there a demo?
Isn't it there? Wait,
Yeah, where's the video? I want to see the animation.
Oh, there you go. No,
That's
isn't
the,
there
no,
one?
that's
No.
That's the old one.
Yeah,
The old
it's still
one.
the old
It's
one.
broken.
Oh, wait a second. Well, if you go, well, I only have a picture of it, but you can see still the picture.
Oh,
No. This
live...
is Michael's. No, this is Michael's.
No,
I
that's
didn't
you.
update the document. Yeah.
Okay.
I only provided a picture of the end result. You know how it separates the levels.
Okay.
That's it. I don't have
Right.
like camera animation and all that. It's just using simply the level data in order to separate the levels.
So I think this is using the getting the bounding box, right? For getting the elements inside the bounding box to get each level.
Uses the elevation data from
Right.
the EC
Yeah.
data model. Whereas before I
Okay.
just took an estimation.
Right.
Right, that's interesting. Yeah, there's always new stuff coming up, and yeah, there was this old, not that old, right? When was this original one? This,
It's pretty old.
yeah, 2018. Yeah, it's a bit old. Yeah, 6 years. Yeah, for technology, that's a lot. So yeah, always improving. New version of this blog. So if you need separate levels, so that's one way to go. any questions here, or anyone using or that needs something like this? We're also looking for ideas. We're also always looking for new ideas on blogs and articles, right? So we take most of those questions. Most of those blogs come from the support questions that you ask. And if you have any other suggestion, please send our way. We'll consider that as well. Cool. Okay, we are almost at time. Any other questions last minute? And I know that we have a few events coming up. Let me just bring that page up again. Where is it? Community events. Just share that again. Let me share. So there is a data model training coming mid-July. So that will be close to the next coffee break as well. We have an accelerator online as well by the end of July, and on-site events in Tokyo, Seoul, and Seoul as well, Taipei, and Barcelona. And this EduHack will be remote. But I think the ones that will be interesting because it's new. The training is basic, but the API is new. Is the data model training coming mid next month. So July it's typically slow because of summer vacation. But no, if you're working, that will be a good chance for you to get comfortable with that. Is that accelerator focused on data models? Keep confused that. Would you know, Adam, Michael, Joe?
No.
The accelerator or the actual training?
The accelerator.
No,
It's got
it's not focusing on data models.
Okay.
The data model focus on GraphQL. I'm not sure if that's talking about the accelerator event or the
oh, that's the question from Moses,
the training.
right?
Yeah. So the training is definitely focused on GraphQL. So that's coming up in a month, mid-July. And the Barcelona accelerator is a generic accelerator.
Okay. This will be fun in Barcelona, midsummer. All right, then let me switch gears here. Closing up. So I guess, okay. As usual, next coffee break will be July 10. You can see the recording on online later. And thank you very much for joining. Hope you had a chance to attend one of those trainings. And see you on the next coffee break in 2 weeks. Thank you. Talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.